and install the new paper seal. I want to make sure that the crankshaft nose is clean and give it a smear of motor oil. Be also good to smear over the inside of the new seal, the lip, to make sure that that is lubricated as well, so you won't tear up the seal as you push it in. Now we put the housing in place. Intermediate shaft seal is also in a housing, and we just take out the two bolts and the housing and seal will come. Alright, starting with that hole. Alright, so what is this hole? Shafts? I don't want that. Don't want the fucking shaft. So this intermediate shaft housing consists of an O-ring, which we will replace, and just the housing with the seal. I'm just going to get this seal out, probably pound it out. Alright, I'm going to give this a try. The new seal, again cover it in motor oil, the outside of it, or again I'm using my curl tee. I'll put some inside this thing also. See like that. No ring. Low ring. I'm going to smear a bit of oil on this. I'm going to smear a bit of oil in here and some on the nose of the intermediate shaft, and then we're going to push this on. Just push right on. I'll torque everything up with the torque wrench in the end. So now we're going to focus on the camshaft seal. We got to get this guy out. I'm going to drill at least one hole, anyways. Got these seal picks. I'm not exactly sure what they're good for. I'll try this now. Oh yeah, nice. It was fucking $20. Also, the problem too is aluminum. Like this aluminum head, it's as soft as fucking shit. So after prying at it with this long enough, now we put the new seal back in. Socket. Woodruff key. Sprocket. These front seal housing bolts bolted on are 84 inch-pounds each. To measure that, the oil pan bolts go in at 15 foot-pounds. Now tighten the auxiliary shaft bearing housing, 18 foot-pounds. Install the splash shield, 15 foot-pounds of torque. Put your hand on the rotor of the distributor, rotate the auxiliary shaft to put the Woodruff key in. Install the bolt. I got several different tools for tightening sprockets, but you need to hold the sprocket steady while you torque it, right? And I have something like this that I've used. It doesn't really work that well. This is another V-belt tool. This is very good. It's just a V-belt, and you wrap it around, you pinch it, and you hold the sprocket that way. Or we could just put the timing belt on, and when the timing belt is on, then tighten the bolts in the end. So I'm first going to try this, and if that doesn't get it, I'm going to use the timing belt to hold the sprocket steady. 59 foot-pounds for the sprocket bolts. Alright. By the way, this strap wrench I have here, I got that at Harbor Freight one time, sidewalk sale, paid $1 for it. Believe that or not, $1. It's probably one of the best tools I got. Oh, that's it. 59 foot-pounds. Like I said, the bolt for this is the torque to yield bolt. Had to replace it with a new one. We're going to tighten this to the final torque with the rope and the combustion chamber. So, take the old timing belt. Put this back on. $89 inch-pounds. That guy also torques down the valve cover gasket, so you want to get it right. Now we got to get that dot on the flywheel to line up exactly with the pointed arrow right next to it. Marks are almost perfect. Now we line up the distributor. We're lining up with the notch in the distributor and the camshaft. Okay, so now we're ready to put the timing belt back on. Compared to the old one, make sure it's the same size. Also, turn it over, compare the teeth on the new one to the old. Make sure they are the same width, the spacing between the teeth are the same. We're going to put a new tensioner on. This is the old one. Good to always put them side by side, make sure they are exact same, because sometimes there are differences. Compare. This is the old tensioner. This is the new tensioner. Stop. It's like it's a stick in a jar full of honey. Okay, you want to put this on now without letting the auxiliary shaft or crankshaft from turning on you. If you got a big one like this, put that around the sprocket on the crankshaft to hold the belt on it so it doesn't slip off. Push that guy in and feed the belt on. Belt does go on fairly tight. Now to tighten the timing belt, you could probably bring this guy by hand as tight as possible and tighten that one. I use something like this in here. This is just a big pair of needle nose pliers that are 90 degrees with the tips filed down so they can fit in. Okay. This bolt then goes torqued to 33 foot-pounds. Now we put the wrench on the crankshaft and we turn the engine over clockwise 2 or 3 times and then check the marks to make sure everything is still lined up on time. Now we need to tighten the crankshaft sprocket. We're going to use the rope trick again. That should be enough. That's about there. Crank sprocket bolt goes tightened to 66 foot-pounds plus an additional quarter turn, 90 degrees. I'm going to put this guy on the sprocket nut, and then I take this guy Put it like what we're going to do is use a dab of liquid paper. Put that there. Jesus Christ. Alright, that's good enough for government work. Thanks for watching part 3. Please watch part 4.